and welcome to Miss Bailey's Daily Dose. Today we're going to be making salt dough decorations. This is a really simple recipe which I've put in the description. It's BBC Good Food and it allows the children to make a lovely decoration which they can cook and then paint and then hang up. So it's something that I've done with my children at Christmas time. We made lovely star and tree decorations to put on the Christmas trees. Today we're going to be making an angel one. So the equipment that you need is a measuring jug, 2 bowls, some sort of a spoon. We haven't got a wooden spoon here, so I've got one of these ones. A pair of scissors, an angel template, or if you've got a cutter at home, that would be even better. You can use a knife. I'd say to use a blunt one, or if parents are helping, but I've got a little clay utensil here that you use to carve clay with. So, in here I've got my water, my salt and my flour. And the first thing you need to do is you need to add the salt to the flour. So it can just go straight in, and then you need to mix that up to make sure that the salt is in with the flour. So it just looks like flour basically. Then you need to add some of your water, and you can add it a bit at a time. It says 125 millilitres, but you might find that when you're doing yours, that actually you don't need that much, or it might mean that you need a little bit more. So you can see now, I'm just using the spoon to mix up the salt, the flour, and the water. You don't want it to be too runny. If it is, just add flour. If it's not runny enough, or it's going into little bits, you might need to add some more flour. So I've added some more water now. It's a little bit stodgy, so I'm just going to add dash more flour in there. And you just keep mixing it up. Now I'm finding it quite hard to mix now, so what I might end up doing is I'll pop my spoon to the side and you can get your hands straight in there. So you can see that it's turning into like a doughy ball shape, just like when you do it with bread really, or if you do it with a cookie batter. So I can still feel it's a little bit too wet, so again we'll grab a little bit of flour. I'm not going to be using this flour for any other reason, there's barely any in there, so hygiene wise it doesn't matter if my hands are in there. And you can see now that I've made it into a ball. Then I need to put a bit of flour on this doughy surface, because now I'm going to roll it out and I need to knead it. So you need to knead it for quite a while to make sure that the salt and the flour mix together properly, so you don't get loads of cracks in it. We're going to be making a lovely angel today, because obviously with everything going on with coronavirus, there's lots of people out there that need those angels looking after them. And my nan loves guardian angels. For Mother's Day, I bought her one. So I'm going to be making her a lovely angel from salt dough. So keep kneading it. The best way to do that, have a fist and you just knead the dough and then roll it back and then knead again and roll it back and keep going. So once you think that the dough is ready, so it's usually when it's not coming apart, there's not much dough on your hands, you can see my hands are quite clean now, you can roll it up into a ball, sort of like that shape, and I'm just going to grab a quick rolling pin. That's one thing that I forgot. You do need a rolling pin, and I'm going to roll it out. So I place my rolling pin on top, and I just roll it out. I don't want it too thin, but I also don't want it too thick. I want it to be able to cook evenly. So you can actually make quite a few of these from the amount of flour and the salt and the water that's in the recipe, but you want to try and have some extras just in case it goes wrong, which usually happens with me. So I've rolled it out, and now I'm going to grab my angel template. I'm going to place it on, I'm going to use my tool. Like I said, you could always, if you wanted to, if you just push it in, you can grab a knife and do this, but I'm going to use this lovely clay tool that I grabbed from school, because I'm at school at the minute. And I'm going all the way round. I'm going to make mine quite big actually, and it's plain flour, so it shouldn't rise too much. Make sure that when you are cutting round the angel, just like I'm doing, you go right down to the bottom, otherwise the dough will stick and then you won't have that lovely angel at the end. So it's quite important. If you're doing it with a knife at home, obviously mums and dads, parents and carers, if you can help the children do that, that would be really good. If you're using a blunt knife, it will do exactly the same. So if children usually use blunt knives when they're eating their dinner, that should be absolutely fine. So every time that I'm going down and going around the angel, I'm moving the rest of the dough away. And I'm hoping this will work. So I'm making sure that the excess bits around the side now have come off properly. Hoping my angel's not going to stay to the table. So then you can take your angel template off. Hopefully it won't stick, so mine's just come off. And hopefully, if it doesn't want to stick to the table, I can show you what my angel looks like. So it's really important using that flour underneath, because if you don't, it will stick to the table. And I'm just very lightly now poking it. So hopefully you can see in my hand that it's turned into a lovely angel. Then I'm going to get my baking tray and put a little bit of parchment in, like I've done here. I've just done it really quickly, really messily. And I'm going to place my angel down. And I might again use my scraper just to get a few of those little bits off. Now, salt dough does take a very long time to cook, and it needs to be cooked at a very low temperature. So put your oven on probably 80 to 100 degrees, and it takes about 2 hours. You can keep checking it, and when you see that it looks like it's crisp, so it won't be drooping down, it won't look like Play-Doh, which is what it looks like right now, then you know that it's ready. It will be hard on the top, so you'll be able to see that. Then, the next day, wait for it to cool, and then you can paint it. Just normal paint's absolutely fine, but if you want it to shine, what I find is if you put glue in with your paint, it will make it look beautiful. So I've put my angel on there, and then because I'm going to tie a little ribbon to it when it is cooked, I'm going to put a little circle in it, so I can use the back of this. If you've got a pencil, use that. A bit of a fork, you could have one of the springs at the end in there. I'm just going to grab that and go all the way through, because I want to be able to put a piece of ribbon in. So, if I come a little bit closer, you will hopefully be able to see my beautiful angel. And that will then now go into the oven for about 2 to 3 hours. I'll keep checking on it. And then tomorrow I will do a video all about painting it. Thanks, bye.